Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We've got a Division Two semifinals match here. This is a big one. This is UT Dallas versus UTRGV. It's both their B teams. So this is a heavyweight matchup between two scholarship schools, but it's Division Two. It's their B teams. They've got quite a bit of money on the line. So $1,250 to the winner guaranteed, with a chance for $2,500 for first place. This is semifinals, so they're playing for a chance at that championship match in the finals. Let's dive right in and see which Texas rival is going to win and which one's going to go down. So they just started playing. This is round one. All right, we've got Anna versus Gergana. So two very strong players going at it. Anna is the board 4 for Rio Grande Valley. Gergana board 1 for UT Dallas's B team. She is 2,600. Not too shabby. Yeah, lots of titled players. We've got another titled matchup here. This is a women's international master, Tarini, taking on Victor, who is an international master. I'm not sure how accurate these ratings are, if I'm being honest. But I'm just acknowledging that they're very strong players. You know, they're titled. Their ratings don't matter as much, right? It's a blitz game. Anything can happen. They're all very strong and talented chess players. These are some of the strongest B teams in the league. I mean, they're stronger than most A teams, actually, which is very impressive. That these schools just have so much talent. So I'm really excited to see who's going to win. What's going to happen? I'm not sure. But regardless, there's going to be quite the fight. UT Dallas and UTRGV, man. They must have played in the regular season too. Okay, here we have John Johnson. Who is that? That is this person's not showing up on. This is probably Vignesh, I think, who is playing on another account. He's been having account issues like the entire season. But okay. Vignesh is John Johnson playing against Pawn Wonder. That's Dante Bukes, who is their team captain right now. Board 2, only behind Victor. So they have 2 international masters on boards 1 and 2. And then they have Maria and Anna, who are both titled as well, on boards 3 and 4. So that's the Rio Grande Valley team. For Dallas's B team, we saw Gergana playing at the top board. FIDE Master. She's the highest rated player out of all. She's 2,600. Board 2 for them is Carolus. Carolus at 2,400. She's playing against Maria right now. Looks like both sides castled queen side here. Bishop pair for black. Yeah, computer likes black. Maybe because of the bishop pair. Maybe it's these pawns in the center here. White only has the D pawn all by itself right now. We have rook opposite the queen, which is nice. King B1, just getting the king more centralized to guard these pawns and away from the center, right? It's interesting. I described it as centralized. It's more closer to the edge, and I guess it's the center of these pawns, really. But yeah, maybe black will do the same, although I kind of doubt it. I feel black is going to try to take this time to strike in the center. So we'll see. Okay, knight back. It's going to reroute the knight and just open up this rook. Try to take advantage of the rook on the D file opposite the queen. And rerouting this knight. Where does the knight want to go? Knight here. Pressure on this pawn. Maybe. No, there's no way you would go there. You go there and pawn push. You're like immediately trapped. All right, pawn push. So the pawn's no longer hit by the knight, and maybe clearing up some space for the bishop down the line. But this knight's guarding this. Queen finally steps off the d file. Pressure here. We might see this pawn push, and we'll see. So yeah, white has both rooks centralized. Even position. These players are very close in rating as well. This might be the closest rated match in this first round, actually. I think it is. It is. Okay. Maria from Poland and Karolis from Lithuania. So an international matchup here, actually. Looks like all the players are international except two. Anna is repping the US. She's also losing to Gergana. Bishop's just dominating the knight. She's got to pass pawn now. So pawn takes, I assume. Maybe king takes, but who knows? D takes just makes more sense. Seems more natural. King takes has been played. So, a very low time for Anna. She puts the knight on c1, gets skewered, and after this trade, black's just gonna win. So Gergana gets the win, the first point of the match. So UT Dallas is up. John Johnson's also repping the US, but yeah, so we have two players from the US apparently, and they're both from UT Dallas. So UTRGV, they're repping a full international team, which is very cool to see. And not one country is represented more than once besides the US. But anyways, so Tarini here is from India playing against Victor from Cuba. And then we have Dante Bukes representing Mongolia. Yeah. It'll be cool to see Dante versus well, I mean, I guess anyone. He's playing against Vignesh right now. This is board 2 versus board 3. I was going to say like the two international masters, but they're both on the same team. So oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess is Dallas the favorite? I mean, UTRGV has the stronger titles, right? So maybe that'll play a factor. Dallas has the strongest rated player, Gergana, but she's only a FIDE master. She's representing Bulgaria, which is cool. Okay, the king is on f1, so that's not great for Tarini. Not gonna lie, that's not the first place I would put my king. But sometimes it's okay, I've been told. Okay, so what's going on? This knight and bishop needs to maybe get in the game somehow. King has made it to h2, so the rook maybe is gonna join the center. Tarini is very low on time, 20 seconds. Yeah, every game is like less than 30 seconds compared to over a minute in these matches. So I think Victor has the largest time edge, but looks like Karolis is very low on time as well. Hello, Doran Rao. How are you? This player's under 10 seconds against Maria. Okay, queen and rook doubled up here, but computer likes rook takes d2, queen takes d2, queen g8 check. And then you have queen takes on f7 with check as well. So that's how white can take an advantage here. They have 40 seconds to figure it out. We see that first trade. We see the check. Oh, actually, computer likes 98 check now. Taking here apparently is a mistake. Real quick, explorer mode. It says king to b8 at this point, and it's better for black. Knight e8 though. And if king here, then we take with check. I guess. Very low time for Maria to calculate all of this. Wow. That's crazy. 98's not the obvious response here. Both players now under 10 seconds. 98 played. And if the king goes back down, we're going to see the discovery. Oh, knight repeat. Interesting. Hold on. Now you take, and now it's better for black. Wow. King b8. You find the first move, but you failed to see queen takes with check. Unbelievable. Now there's this bishop block. 2 seconds. You're going to get back ranked, and you're going to lose this. So the queen has to come here to block with the bishop to save it. But now these pawns are hanging. The knight's hanging. This pawn is hanging. Both sides less than 5 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Where's the knight going? The b pawn is hit. The dark squares are going to be so weak. Pawn push. Kick the bishop away. 2.3 seconds left. Trade of queens. And there goes your knight. Maria's going to lose this. She's down. She was winning after 98 checks. She needed to find the queen takes f7. Maybe didn't know what to do after the bishop block. That is incredible. What a tricky position there. Dante beat Vignesh. So that ties the score up at 1 each. But Maria's going to go down. So UT Dallas is going to take the lead here. How is Torini doing against Victor? Looks like Victor is doing very well. Up a complete rook, by the way. White has a lot of pawns, but it's not going to be enough. Rook here. Looks good to me. All right, going after this guy. There's no stopping that. Except for pawn push, the rook steps back. Okay. I mean, check seems decent, right? But then king here, you're going to lose this pawn, perhaps. But you're going to win this one. So we see the pawn push. But you can take this. Pawn push. King is going to be safe on a dark square. Nothing this bishop can do. King's coming out. Bishop's going to come over for check. Probably could have checked immediately. Not that it matters much, but yeah, Corollas just won. What a crazy game that was. And with this, Victor's going to tie it up. So the top 2 boards for both teams are going to get wins against the bottom boards of the other teams. So 2-2 after round 1. Hey, welcome. You're tuning in to watch some strong matches. This is Division 2 semifinals. Winner gets at least $1,250, and a chance for first place in Division 2 is $2,500. These are B teams, believe it or not. This is UT Dallas versus UT Rio Grande Valley. Hey, Amadeus, good to see you. Welcome. Man, I see you're using the emotes. You're still sub. I need to stream more. Personally, it's crazy. Yeah, it's been like over a month. But yeah, that's end of round 1. We've got 3 rounds remaining. Still anyone's game. Also, dude, I forgot. Did those 2 guys ever play their match? This will be a good one. Yes. These are 2 Titans. Their average ratings are like, it's well over 2,000. I mean, the lowest rated player, he had to make a new account to play for some reason. I mean, I know why. It's just really complicated. But he's right here, Vinyash, over 2,000. He's playing against Victor right now, 2,400 international master. Yeah, I mean, UT Rio Grande Valley's B team is higher rated than some Division 1 teams. So they're in Division 2 because we have a rule that schools are not allowed to have more than one team per division. So is this a Alapin that we're seeing right now? This is called the delayed Alapin variation. So very interesting. Bishop to e2. I mean, this pawn is just hanging. So there's probably some tactic. I couldn't tell you why. Oh, the queen check. The classic queen check. Forktown. So the pawn is defended tactically. Are these over the board games? No, this is being played online right here before our very own eyes. So these players, who knows where they are? Most likely they're in Texas, as it's UT Dallas versus UT Rio Grande Valley. But sometimes players are traveling and they still compete. In fact, a lot of these players for these schools are competing in tournaments right now. There's a big one happening in St. Louis, and there's one called Foxwoods that's happening in Connecticut. So that's why we're watching their B teams right now. Both of their A teams are rescheduling their matches. So UT Dallas's A team is going to play Mizzou in Division 1 tomorrow, and UT Rio Grande Valley's A team is playing in SLU on Tuesday. So Monday morning, I'll be streaming Mizzou versus UT Dallas, and Tuesday night, I will be streaming UT Rio Grande Valley versus SLU. Those are the D1 semifinals matches. So that's why we're not covering D1 right now. This is the default match time. This is the highest division for this time slot. Round robin style? No. So the regular season is round robin, yes. This is playoffs. This is single elimination bracket. Although at this stage of the bracket, these teams aren't getting eliminated because there's going to be a third place match for the loser. The winner will move on to play in the finals. And in Division 2, the finals is going to be first place prize of $2,500. So that's what they're competing for right now, is a chance to win that. Second place is $1,250, so half of that. As of right now, I believe that these teams have guaranteed themselves $500. So if they lose today and lose next week in the third place match, they're still guaranteed $500. If you want to see the full prize breakdown, you can do ! prizes in the chat. Like every player plays, yes. So it is a round robin style like that. So it's a best of 16 basically. There's 16 games in a match. So that was just round 1. There's 4 games per round. So we have 3 rounds remaining. So you guys are tuning in just at the beginning of this matchup. Lots of chess left to be played. Yeah, the Collegiate Chess League has $50,000 in prizes every school year. We had $20,000 in the fall, and we're going to have $30,000 this spring, which is the largest prize fund that we've ever had. And I believe should also be the largest prize fund of any college chess tournament. I'm not aware of any tournament that has higher prizes that's only for college chess players. So, and on top of that, the league is completely free to join. So this costs absolutely nothing to the players besides their time and energy. And hopefully it's worth it for them. And hopefully it's fun. And on top of that, if they win prizes, hopefully that helps either them or their club. So I think it's a really cool event that we're doing, and we're just trying to support college chess and the players and the clubs. So, and that's just through the Collegiate Chess League. We also run our college ambassador program, which is called CAP, CAP. So if you want to find out more about that and the rewards and prizes we offer for that, you can do !CAP in the chat. Basically, CCL is cash prizes, and it's based around college chess competition. The ambassador program is free merch and free chess.com memberships. So not really cash, but it's also not about college competition. It's more so about just growing college chess clubs. We do have competitions for the clubs that are in the ambassador program. But like I said, the prizes are not cash. They are memberships and merch. And it's a really cool network. We have over 200 schools and almost 500 ambassadors total. And that just started in June of last year. So it's a pretty new program, but it's a lot of fun. And it's, again, completely free. So chess.com is doing a lot to support college chess out there, which you love to see it. If you guys have any questions about any of that, you can always reach out to me. I highly recommend you join our Discord as well, !Discord. All right, back to the chess competition. I'm answering someone's questions right now. Okay, so we've got all 4 round 2 games going on. We're watching Victor. Let's check in on Dante. He's taking on Tarini. Tarini lost in the first round, and it's looking tough for her again in this round. Dante's just such a strong player. He's the favorite in this one. Looks like he's going up against this isolated D pawn. He's also up about twice as much time. If he goes to the E file, he might get this pawn pushed, but there's a lot guarding D5, right? The point is, though, if you go to the E file, your E pawn becomes pinned. Looks like Dante's going to try to poke at some weaknesses in Torini's structure. So going after the H pawn here, it's not very clear how to defend that. In fact, it might just be impossible. So definitely a strong try here. Computer loves knight d5 check right now. I mean, I'm going to be the pawn grabber and take on h7. Why not? Free pawn, am I right? There you go. So white is up a pawn, but does have a doubled pawn. Computer likes the move rook c4 here, which pins the bishop. Want to play knight check, perhaps. Yeah, maybe another idea is to bring the rook back, but the rook is on the 7th and active. Pawn push is interesting, right? This puts a pawn on a light square. It's a target, but it also clamps down on the b pawn. But I was expecting the b pawn to stay still, which is guarding the bishop. It's a nice little anchor. Okay, here the computer loves g5 check, which is just so aggressive. Man, I really don't know how to follow that up. It wants to take on f7 is the point. So yeah, just cut the king off from the rest of the board. Let's check in on another game. Here we have Gargana versus Maria, It looks like Maria is taking it to Gurgana right now. So, yeah, this is... Let's check this out. Let's see what happens. Trade of bishops. Okay, so bishop versus knight. Strong bishop here. Rook's doubled though. Rook defending. Knight's coming in. Pawn push. Knight gets to d3. Lots of pressure on f2. So the f pawn is pushed and now h2 is hit. g3. Rook comes back. King steps up. Rook over, threatening this knight fork, right? Taking advantage of the pin. King steps aside. That drops the f pawn. Bishop comes back to defend, but this pawn is now really weak. Black's trying to trade. Both players less than a minute. So this would be a huge point for Rio Grande Valley. They could take down Dallas's top board here. So bishop gets to g2, a defensive home, trying to kick out the rook as well as protect the d pawn. That's probably why Black didn't take it just there. Okay, so Black could take here. Yeah, Black could take if they want. Instead, they double on the e file. This is such a powerful knight here. The c4 pawn push was huge to create this anchor. So we see one pair of rooks traded. Black controls the e file and the e1 square as well. Maybe queen here to see and try to dislodge these pieces, but Black's probably going to double up on the e file. I'm expecting queen e5. Very natural. So complete control over the e file. That knight on d3 is just a monstrous piece. Rook goes to f1, trying to take the f file. Very low on time for both sides. Victor beat Vignesh, so he's at a perfect 2 for 2 so far. Rio Grande Valley with the lead. Anna gets a win as well. Board 4, taking down Dallas's board 2. Let's check this one out. Yeah, just a completely exposed king. Chase down, that wins the queen there. And it doesn't end there. Mate next on f2. Yeah, GG. Huge game from Anna. So Rio Grande Valley is really getting a lead here, I think. This is looking like the end of the road for Gurgana very soon. Queen check, I assume. Must be it. Now queen here. No, hold on, your rook's hanging. Rook here. Very powerful. Game ending. GG. So Maria gets a point. UT Rio Grande Valley is going for the sweep. Can they do it? Here's Dante against Torini. This could be the end for the Dallas team. I mean, you tied the first round 2-2. But if you get swept here, it's going to be very difficult to come back in the second half. Torini is also down very much on time. And lots of strong pawns here. I mean, how to close this one out? I mean, you're thinking about f5 check, but the problem I think there is the king gets to e5. So, okay, another check. There's potential for a repetition, but no, we see the king move. The king moves here, why? You know, I really don't know. You're opposite the bishop now, which isn't great. Your e-pawn is pinned now. Ah, this is the purpose. He wants to trap the rook, which has happened. So he forces the trade. Black's trying to go after the pinned pawn, but allows for the en passant. Check, rook back, trying to find a repetition. Rook check, maybe go after the f pawn, but you can always be pushed. Okay, rook comes back. How to make progress here for white? Okay, getting past the passed pawn, or getting behind the passed pawn. Rook steps up, but okay, check, king here, maybe knight check, is that working? Okay, trying to continue the push of the pawn. What else is there here? Okay, knight just comes back, king comes back. Okay, rook's gonna push this way. Okay, king steps over, rook check. Rook check here. Rook check here. Here. Guarding the pawn. And now bring your knight in. I don't know. King here, very interesting. Rook attacks the b pawn. King defends. 10 seconds for both sides. Computer's saying it's a draw now. There goes your e pawn. Uh-oh. Check. Push the pawn. Okay. F7. Rook gets behind. The bishop boxes out the knight. Check. You can trade the knight. King takes. Rook check. King back. This is just a draw. So avoiding the sweep unless what? Okay, we're fighting on 2 pawns versus 2 pawns. But black's pawns are separated. Uh-oh. That was the a pawn for free. And now Torini is the favorite. Hold up. King b3 lining up a skewer. Black moves the rook. Rook c8 was a huge threat. That's why the king didn't try to attack the rook, by the way. Okay. So can Torini win this? Probably not, but there's no reason not to try. There's a check. King goes to b3. Yeah, Dante really just blundered 2 pawns for like no reason. King hits the rook. Maybe rook c3. No. Rook back. This is going to be a long game. Okay, rook b7. Cutting off the king. So you can't push the d pawn because then you lose the b pawn. Just a lot of checks. And then eventually the rook's going to have to defend b5 again. Just like that. And then the king's going to move. And then you're going to repeat. So maybe a draw offers soon. There it is. All right. So a draw for Torini. That prevents the sweep, but the damage is done. 2.5 to 5.5. So Rio Grande Valley with a 3-point lead. That's going to be hard to come back from. So that's a 3.5 to a half round for Rio Grande Valley. That's a huge result after tying the first round. So yeah, Dallas is going to need to answer back and quickly, as there's only 2 rounds left. So we finished the first half of the match. We have 1 half remaining. 2 rounds remaining. If my math is right, we'll see. I mean, unless Dallas can tie it up, then we'll go to a 5th round. Tie break, overtime. Also, looks like we have a couple other college chess streamers live. I'm going to give them all a shout out. So shout out to Nathan, who is streaming for Chapman University. Their school is taking on National University of Singapore. Also, if you wanted to see the match from Dallas's perspective, UT Dallas is live at UTD Chess Club. We also have Ohio State playing or streaming over at OSU Chess Club. And shout out to UCT Chess, which is University of Cape Town. So they're over there in South Africa playing. This is really cool. Thanks. How long is this event? So this right now is week 3 of 4 for just the playoffs. The regular season is 7 rounds, but there's 2 bye weeks. So basically, we're in week 12 right now out of 13. So it's a 13-week season. It's basically, we have 2 seasons per school year. It's one in the fall, one in the spring. So this is our spring season. So typically lasts like the entire semester. So yeah. And the reason why it works out this way is because we do 7 rounds of the regular season is because we split the schools, the teams that register, into groups of 16. And then we split those divisions of 16 into 2 groups, Group A and Group B, based off region. This is a very interesting French defense. This is called the Chigorin variation, Queen E2, which I have no knowledge of. Typically, you see D4, D5, but Carolus here is just completely switching up the structure, pushing the E pawn yet again to E5. And this queen is just awkwardly placed, right? It's blocking the bishop. So we'll have to see what the point is of Queen E2. People that know their theory better than I do could tell you, but unfortunately, I do not know. But yeah, these top players are super strong. Both these players right here are 2,400. So that should be a very close game. Again, though, I'm not sure if the ratings are accurate or if Carolus is like secretly titled or not. Probably. I imagine if you're that strong, you would qualify for some sort of title at some point, somewhere. He wants to fianchetto. Probably. Well, yeah, if the queen's on E2. Otherwise, we might see another queen move at some point. C3 is trying to go for D4. A nice pawn break in the center. And try to open up this. And actually, black might be helping here. D5 is such a common response to C3. And the point is that C3 is blocking our knight to going to C3. And the knight controls these 2 squares in the center. So without the knight hopping into C3, the queen is very comfortable on D5. That's why black plays D5 a lot of times. This is a theory that I have gained knowledge from because of the Alpin variation, which meets the Sicilian with C5 immediately with C3. So the best response to that is just D5. Okay, so black puts the bishop onto G4, pinning the knights, and making sure that this knight has limited control over the center squares. It also prepares black for castling queenside, which would double the queen and the rook on the D file, which is very strong. White's just grabbing immediately, and black would love to take back and put a third attacker on this knight. However, that knight would be pinned. But very interesting nonetheless. Knight takes. It's not like you could take this knight because you're also pinned. So maybe white would respond with the knight development. I'm not sure. It's also possible to try to trade queens in that line. So maybe Carolus likes their development and don't want to trade queens off. So black is only 1 move away from castling. White, it's going to take a couple. Actually, you're going to need one of these pieces to move. You're going to need the bishop to move, and then you're going to have to castle. So that's 3 moves for white, only 1 for black. And black also has a lead in development in terms of their pieces. 3 pieces are out, only 2 for white. And this piece really, I mean, eventually he's going to have to move again, I think. So, okay, just castles. Maybe if takes, there would have been some issue with attacking the pen piece. Who knows? Maybe not. But just castling is very solid nonetheless. Lots of pressure on the D file. This queen is going to be tethered down to guard against D1. As I was saying earlier, maybe we develop the queen out to get the bishop out, but unfortunately, that would blunder mate in 1. So, just further limiting the pieces. We do see knight D2, very logical. Black now might take on E5, maybe even rook to E8. Kind of awkward position here for Victor, who is technically higher rated and is an international man. He's the top board for Rio Grande Valley. So if Dallas is going to get a comeback, this would be a huge point for them here. That would definitely help lead the way. All right, speaking of international masters, let's check on their other international master. This is Dante, their board two, playing up against Gergana, who lost in that last round. This is the top board for Dallas. So definitely need her to produce points here. Unfortunately, it looks like she's not in the greatest of positions. Let's check out why. So both sides of Castle Kingside, she has her bishop being kettled. Um, Dante here with the white pieces just played a3. So double pawns on the c file. Let's do a quick pawn count, shall we? Looks like white is up a pawn, but it's a double pawn on the c file. Okay. Still some pieces left on the back rank for both sides. This is kind of an awkward knight. Maybe knight here, I'm not sure. Gergana's going after this e pawn. This is a centralized e pawn. Trading for the f pawn, maybe not ideal. But this isn't the best of structures now, right? It was a normal fianchetto. Now it's a little awkward, maybe. So I don't know why the computer likes white so much. Yeah, black has the bishop pair. Maybe it's just like all these pawns. Like you could create an outside pass pawn at some point, perhaps. I don't know. Am I missing something obvious here? Computer loves trading. But yeah, Gergana's gonna need to get on the board as well, and this is a tough matchup against an international master, of course. She's definitely higher rated, but she is out titled, so we'll see. Computer also really likes white for some reason, so she brings her queen back, which pins the a pawn, by the way. So right now, if black could move again, they might be threatening taking here twice. Because after pawn takes, there's queen takes. So pawn takes, knight takes, and maybe now black can play for e5 at some point. Bishop here hits the rook and opens up this rook. So rook here gets out of the way of the bishop and defends the e pawn. Bishop and rook are also guarding against this. Knight lifts. This unpins the pawn. Moves are coming in quick. Okay. And now what? Gergana brings out the knight, opens up the rook. Knight moves, defending the bishop and centralizing this knight. So the knight was on b1 2 moves ago and is now on f3 with a nice control over the center and nice complements to the dark squares, right? White has a lot on dark squares, lots of dark square control. And black has a light square bishop, so maybe they can try to use that to their advantage. But hard to do that when white has like nothing on light squares. So yeah, knight here also trying to help support e5 perhaps. Not so easy. And yeah, I mean, the computer just continues to like white more and more. So yeah, black's piece is all a little awkward, right? Bishop on the back rank, rook guarding a pawn from the 7th. Yeah, very weak pawn here. So what's going on? What's going on? Less than a minute for Gergana. She plays e5. So this pawn's hit 3 times. It's only defended twice. So this is a gambit. Knight takes. Computer likes knight f2. It's crazy. Knight takes, king takes, and then what? I have no idea, man. I don't know. Take. Oh wow. Wow, bishop takes. Okay, I'm starting to see it now. Takes, you can take on f2 with a knight, but Maybe your knight gets trapped. No, there's knight here. So maybe Gergana's winning a pawn in this variation. But you've given up your dark square bishop, right? Bishop takes. This is going to be a lot of weaknesses for her king. So it's very risky. In fact, after knight takes on f2, you're getting material, but the computer says this is +8. Just crushing for white. I'm not like sure exactly why, but it is. And we'll see if Dante can convert it. Let's check back on some of the other games we haven't looked at yet in this round. Torini looks like she's getting crushed right now. And why is that? Well, this king is very weak. This knight just chilling on the corner. I don't know what it's doing there. But okay, bishop counterattack. Okay. It looks like Torini was ready for that. Trini's very low on time, 5 seconds, but so is Maria. Dante just won. Let's see. That was a mate. Wow. Was there... So, okay. Bishop trade, knight takes. Here, attacking the rook. Here, attacking the queen. Queen in, rook over, rook here. Yeah, just threatening that. And how do you even defend against that? You have to play rook g7. You have to fianchetto your rook. I heard that fianchettoed knights are bad, but never even heard of a fianchettoed rook. That was just unfortunate. So Dante improves to 2.5 out of 3. And UTRGV, they only need 2 points left to win. And just as a reminder, there's another round after this. So this is going to be a very difficult comeback for this Dallas team. It's just about looking to be over. Torini's still fighting over here. The rook is hit. The bishop. Yeah, she just flags her. She needed to move this rook, I guess, or this rook. All right, well, that's a big point for Rio Grande Valley. And that brings them within 1 point of winning. They might just do it here. Vignesh gets their first point, so keeping Dallas alive against Anna. Okay, in this one, we have Victor versus Corollas. And the position apparently is reading even. It's opposite color bishops. Both sides very low on time. It's 3 pawns versus 3 pawns and 2 pawns versus 2 pawns. Black has an isolated pawn, though. Or maybe 2 isolated pawns, but they're trying to get rid of one of them. And it looks like they got their bishop to g3. That forces white to put a pawn on a light square. Pawn push is sacrifice. Very interesting. This is to free the king to run up. And now f6. Wow. Oh, the king's not even taking on g5. Now the h-pawn is running. What's going on here? Bishop here. Oh, it didn't like that. It liked bishop g2. Oh my goodness. Rook h7 attacking the bishop and threatening h1 equals queen. King takes there. What's going on? Uh-oh. King's attacking the rook. Bishop f3, it says. And it's been played. This guards the promotion square. So it's still a draw. Uh-oh, it hates that move for white. Rook h3 is winning now. Rook check. The rook's going to get to g1. And the king is blocking his own pawn. This is huge. This was a big blunder from Victor. He's going to lose this bishop. And this pawn's promoting next. Nothing you can do. Wow, if the king ever leaves to try to push the pawn, the rook hits with check. And that pawn's defended by the bishop. So, promote. You got to take that, and you're just up a piece. So, Dallas is still in it, but they need to sweep the last round in order to win, which would answer back from Rio Grande Valley's sweep of the second round. Oy, I don't think it's going to happen. But we've seen some crazy things. Can they do it? UT Rio Grande Valley, all they need is 1 point. either by a win on any of their 4 boards or by 2 draws. Either way, UT Dallas has to win out. They cannot lose. They can only afford 1 draw for a tie. They would need to win the remaining games. So, tough task for Dallas ahead, but not impossible. And just as a reminder, there's $1,250 on the line in this match. All right, so one last round, one more chance for UT Dallas to get back into it. Can they put up a fight, or is Rio Grande Valley just gonna blow them out and send them to the 3rd place match, and Rio Grande Valley earn their spot in the finals? I think that's most likely. Here we have Anna taking on Torini. So these are the board 4s. Anna has 1 point so far. Torini only a half point, which she got in the Rio Grande Valley. I called it a sweep. It wasn't quite the sweep. It was 3.5 to a half. So we will see. All right. Do we have any other games going on as well? We do. Oops, that was the last round. All right, these are the 2 top boards, Victor and Gargana. Yeah, we have Maria versus Vignesh. Vignesh only has 1 point so far. Maria has 2 out of 3. And man, this looks. I mean, if this pawn wasn't on the board, it'd be like game over for black. Computer somehow likes black actually after the move b4. It's kind of crazy. b4 has been played, so tempo here. Wow, rook, knight sacrifice here. Computer says you got to take on c3 somehow. Rook h3, bishop takes g5 check to distract the queen. I mean, holy smokes. Oh, this is some brutal chess being played before my very own eyes here. Rook d3 played so quickly. I mean, Maria has more time than she started with. Vignesh is figuring out how to defend. Like, am I surviving? Can I live this? And somehow the answer is yes. You got to find this bishop sacrifice tactic as a defensive resource. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. Takes, okay, rook takes back first, hitting the queen. Saying, let me get that sweet, sweet tempo real quick before I go to h3. Okay, queen goes back. Computer loves rook g1. Rook g1 apparently is the only winning move for white. It's only +1 though. It's not even winning. But yeah, it takes here is a threat. So that's why rook g1's played to defend. So yeah, no time to play rook h3. Yeah, I mean it's such a close match. White's just sacrificed a knight. Pawn push. Computer hates this because of either piece sacrifice back. Obviously, cannot take like this. We do see the bishop take. Vignesh is playing very well here to take full advantage of this piece sacrifice from White. So Maria played with the speed and the confidence, but she is down a piece. Wait, is she? No. Black sacked it back. What's she down? She's down a bunch of pawns now. How many pawns? Wait, what's the pawn count? Oh my goodness, I'm like not even. There's 3 pawn, 4, 5 pawns. Okay, it's only 1 pawn advantage for black, but geez Louise, this is an isolated pawn, the knight's hanging. Both have light square bishops. What else? Knight here is interesting. Computer doesn't like it very much. Queen f4. You could pick up this pawn with tempo. Huh. So yeah, Vignesh, a win here would be huge for Dallas. Tarini really needs a point as well. This is her best opportunity. This is the lowest rated player from Rio Grande Valley. And Tarini only has a draw so far. How are the top 2 boards doing though? The top match, Victor looks to be beating Gergana. So Gergana got a point in the first round, but she's been cold since. This would really be the last opportunity for her. And also as a reminder, no one from Dallas can lose because then they're done. They're over. So 1 point wins it for Rio Grande Valley. All right. Yeah, computer's liking black for sure. Okay, knight's taking away the a8 square. This king hasn't castled yet. What the heck? I thought they at least had castled like queenside or something, but no. Not even. Computer likes f4. A logical move, perhaps, right? Trying to open up these files against this uncastled king. And how are the board twos doing? Dante versus Corollas. Corollas seems to be holding it close. Corollas is higher rated. Dante has the most points out of any of the players with 2.5 out of 3. So no one's going perfect. These players are too good. No one's head and shoulders above anyone. These are the 2 top point getters. Corollas has the most points for the Dallas team with 2. Meanwhile, Rio Grande Valley has 3 players with 2 or more points. Very impressive. They're doing so well on all their boards. But nonetheless, this match still close. I mean, none of the games are blown away yet. So, except maybe this one, Vignesh did end up giving the check and now has played knight to f6, tempo on the queen. Some little protection over here. Knight check, king h8, only legal move, by the way. Computer doesn't like this very much. And I think it's potentially because after queen takes, hitting the rook, this knight might get trapped. I mean, you have c6, but I don't know. After rook g1, you're threatening bishop g2, but maybe there's like some tempo on the rook or something. I don't know. You got to watch out sometimes. Like, let's say you did knight takes. There's this crazy, like, queen sack, rook mate idea, but there is, like, this queen block, so doesn't quite work out. You do have to watch out, though. You do have to keep that stuff in mind. These knights sometimes can be very tricky guarding both these squares. So queen sacrifices. These are tactics to be aware of. But yeah, computer loves Vignesh's position. He's a little low on time. Here, there's knight takes on e4 with tempo and checking distance. Computer loves that. the old knight takes. Instead, starts with the old queen check on the rook. Queen takes. Pressure on the queen here as well. This bishop wants to come here, I think. Box out the knight. So yeah, knight on e7 is very risky. But computer does not like this nearly as much as knight takes. Knight takes was screaming -5, which is huge. So knight e4, rook e3, bishop to b7. Yeah, I mean, it's just really aggressive ideas for black, but instead opts for the queen trade. Now the rook comes in to support the knight and just get on the 7th. This prevents bishop here, which is very powerful. What is computer like? d5. Okay, solidifying the knight. Maybe clearing a square for the knight. I don't know. Okay, who's gonna win this for Rio Grande Valley? Is it gonna be Dante, their captain? Is it gonna be their board 1, Victor, against Gergana? It very well could be. Uh-oh, computer didn't like that. Hold on, is Gergana gonna find what's it like? Knight c4. This is an insane move. It's +3 if she finds it. She's got a minute. She doesn't. That was a hard one to find. What is knight c4 is just threatening knight e5. I mean, man, tough stuff. Tough stuff. So, yeah, just taking advantage of that pin that you had. Wow. Anyways, it's back to liking Victor. It's -2 after e3. Okay, rook takes. It does not like that. Queen g3, triple up, threatening mates. Actually, threatening a lot of things. Holy smokes, queen g3 is a huge move. So e3 not only pushing a very strong pass pawn, but just blocking the queen's path to the g file. Queen g3, and the computer saying best is a draw after the move queen to f8. Queen f8 makes a lot of sense, right? It's the most defensive move. Queen f8, and it's been played. Now computer says rook takes g8, queen takes, and then queen c3 check. Wow, that's crazy. Oh man, queen c3. What about just d4 there? I guess you have rook takes queen with check. So okay, you can sack both rooks for the queen and the knight, which is basically winning a piece. But black has a lot of pawns and 2 rooks for the queen, but white has a knight. So we do see this trade. Queen takes is the only move. Queen check. Pawn push, I figured. But then rook takes, and then one of your rooks is going to fall. If you take with the rook, then you have queen takes with check. If you take with the king, then rook here. So, but, okay, king h7 is best. There's really nothing else you can do. You don't want to push because then you lose that pawn. So, yeah, you're losing the queen, but something to fight for here. Okay, computer likes a4, only went with a3. Still likes white though. So Gergana has a huge opportunity. Oh my god, Vignesh has no time. Vignesh is getting crushed by Maria. What happened? Vignesh was winning. So the trade of queens wasn't great. Drop a pawn, I guess. There goes that pawn. So the 2 on outside is just too much. Too much. B7's going to hit, and there's going to be a queen on the board. Black's going to also get a queen, but no, they're not even going to get a queen. Wow, with that, Maria wins it for Rio Grande Valley. She has a very impressive 3 out of 4. Torini wins, but it's too little too late here. We'll see how close Dallas can bring it back. Corollas is about to lose on time. Dante's completely crushing as well. What, just pawn check or no? Okay, takes here makes sense. Check. King over. Pawn push. What, just here? I don't know. Here, there's that. It's annoying. Here, there, and then this. King f1. Check. Okay, it's weird. Takes here. Okay. I, I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, anyways. Um. Okay. Wait. Can you take this pawn push? Hold up. Hold up. Rook here. Ah. Allowing the queen, and then queen here is a fork no matter what. So Dante gets a very impressive 3.5 out of 4, just adding on to their lead. And this is the last game right here. Looks like Gargana's gonna close out with the queen against the 2 rooks. But uh-oh, that was a blunder. King h7. No, they sacked, and now there's a queen on the board. Check. Oh my god, there's no mate. King runs away. Pawn push. But now, wow, there's no checks besides this one. Queen here. Now you can queen with check. But black gives up the rook, and you have 3 pawns versus 2. Absolutely crazy. What was the move here? Queen. I mean, why not queen e4? Queen e4, I mean, it's just so natural. Anyways. All right, black is the one pushing for a win now, which is kind of crazy. Maybe a draw? I don't know. No, I mean, no time either. Dude, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The results in. Ralt TBH, thanks for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, UT Rio Grande Valley, they're gonna go to the finals in Division 2. Dallas is gonna play in the 3rd place match. Wow, I'm getting a lot of Discord messages. So let me see the bracket. Who do they play in the finals? Okay, looks like Division 2 on the other side is going to be University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill versus National University of Singapore. So to me, really, like this, I think was the finals match because I don't think either of these teams is going to lose in either 3rd place match or the finals. So, yeah, black has mate next. So Victor gets a comeback win there. That was a very close game. Just queen e4 missed by Gargana. But okay, Victor ends with 3 out of 4. And final score 10.5 to 5.5. So Texas Rio Grande Valley, they win by 5 there. And they will move on to the finals. So they just guaranteed themselves $12.50 with a chance to double that in the finals if they win 1st place in their division, which seems very likely in my opinion. They will win $2,500, and that's just for Division 2 alone. Their top team in Division 1 has already guaranteed themselves $1,000. And if they win on Tuesday against SLU, they're guaranteed $2,500 in that. So if they win 1st place in both Division 1 and Division 2, that'll be the first time in collegiate chess league history that that's ever happened. And they will be taking home $7,500, which is an amazing amount just for one club. So we'll see. Can they make it to the finals in D1 as well? Can they even win Division 2? We'll have to figure that out next week. But their A team will play on Tuesday against St. Louis University. And UTRGV's A team is also the defending champion. So they won last season. They're looking to go back to back, which would also be the first time in collegiate chess league history that that's ever happened. So thank you all for watching. I will be back in about 2 hours. We have a match between University of Guam and Wilfrid Laurier University in Division 14, which is the lowest division of the league. We have 14 divisions, over 200 teams competing. This is the semifinals, so only 4 teams per division are left. We're looking to crown the champion next week in each division. So definitely stay tuned for that. Championships are coming up next weekend. I'm so excited, and there's a couple other matches left for today, but next one is in 2 hours. So I'll see y'all then. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate that, Alice. Welcome. But yeah, I'm going to head out. We're going to send you off on a raid, so stick around for that. And like I said, I'll be back in 2 hours for a Division 14 match. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks.